Hey guys, Brennan Hall here with Ryan Lanigan from Hockomock Sports here to break down the game just as happened here tonight. Mansfield beating BC High 63-49. Obviously pretty impressive that they did it without Brendan Hill and Kevin Connor. But second half, how about the three party we got going on here? I don't know how many exactly, but just every time BC High came within 10, they would just hit one from the corner or the wing or just keep things ahead.
Yeah, you look at that fourth quarter start, Kyle Wisniewski, two back-to-back three-pointers and two possessions there, turns a 9-point game into a 15-point game, and all of a sudden it's, like I said to you, it doesn't feel like a 15-point game, but it turned into one. And then BCI comes down, knocks 2 threes in a row on their own. Michael Bowen comes back and responds with one of his own. So it seemed whenever BC High had something to do, Mansfield had an answer with it.
Feels a little bit like last year, a little bit different personnel because of who they're missing in the front court, but that kind of universal basketball role, right, where they just kind of wear you out and then they eventually hit you with some three-pointers in the second half and kind of roll from there. But speaking to the front court, it's going to be a few more weeks without Hill. Kevin Connor should be back at some point here, but Michael Bowen, Ryan Bolter slipping into front court roles there, and it wasn't the best of night shooting, but certainly filled some admirable roles here.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was very important. You look at that first half, BC High was getting a lot of offensive rebounds, and that kind of generated their offense to keep them in it. And then you look at the second half, and in the second quarter even, Mansfield switched to that zone. They went 2-3 for most of it, 3-2 a little bit, and that's where guys like Bowen come down with, I think he had 14 rebounds, and he really controlled the boards for them, especially in that second half. And that kind of turned away BC High from getting those second chances, even just the momentum plays. I think they had a couple. They go up and get an offensive rebound and throw it off the Mansfield player to keep the ball. But instead, in the second half, Mansfield's coming up with those boards, and that kind of turns things around, and they keep the possession, and they wear down the shot clock, and all of a sudden it's a shot at the end of it, and almost half a minute's gone by.
Yeah. Rocky DeAndre, I think he's one of the more underrated point guards in Eastern Mass, if not the state. The way he facilitates, it's one of those things you don't really notice until you see at the end of the night and the final score, and the way he's just facilitated all night, and the way he directs offense there. It really goes without saying. I have a little bit underappreciated role, I feel like.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a top 3 player in the Hockomock, and then I think you have to look at a top player in the state at his position and just overall. Tonight, he had 12 points, demanded the attention of the BC High defense, and he's going to do that with every team he plays. He has the ability to cut to the basket. He has the ability to shoot the 3. Tonight, he was the one moving the ball around for them. And what really stood out for me tonight was his defense. He was able to get, intercept passes kind of out of nowhere. You looked like there was a backdoor cut, and all of a sudden, there he was to take it away. And then he brings the ball up on the other way and pushes the floor for them. So I think both sides of the ball, he's one of the best in this area, and it's because of what he can do with the ball and without the ball.
Yeah. So Mansfield Prunes are 3-0 now on the season, number 2 in our state ranking. Obviously, we've talked about this at the beginning of our segment here about how they handle without Brendan Hill, and they got a couple more weeks here before I think he gets into form here. Where do things go here for Mansfield?
I think they're 3-0 now, but it's going to get tougher, obviously. The shooting touch tournament at the end of this week, it gets tough there. They need just other Hockomock teams like Taunton, like Franklin, that are going to give them trouble. They're going to have to improve, and they know that, and they're young in the sense of their depth. But that will improve too. You look at last year, and guys like Bolter come out of nowhere, and by the end of the year, he's hitting those 3 free throws to send that game, where it went. And so I think they're going to need guys like that to step up this year and kind of take over that position, that 6-man, that off the bench role, and just really be that secondary scoring when guys like Bolter tonight aren't hitting, or like Wisniewski's kind of disappeared for a little bit, and before he hits his big shots, they need that depth to step up if they want to continue their run.
There you have it, guys. Number 2, Mansfield. Hold on for a 63-49 win here over BC High. Signing off for Ryan Lanigan, Brennan Hall, ESPNBoston.com.